How do you learn who you really are? It's not found in books, it's found on the battlefield.
Oh,
And we are going to go live on the TikTok, so we're kicking that off right now. And we're going to do some Battlefield of the Mind live, doing a live Q&A. And this can go in multiple different ways. I have a few things I'd like to share that help some people out. And then we're just going to take some questions from other people who jump on here. So if you guys got questions, feel free to jump on. Otherwise, I got some pretty cool testimonial stuff that happened this morning. Something to share. I'm going to share some of my day with you, babe.
yeah. I'm excited to hear about it.
So this morning we had our call with our guys, just daily call. And it started off as a regular call, like anybody need to go into battle today. Anybody needs some backup. Anybody needs someone to look out for them and see like, man, life is hitting me hard. We've got guys going through divorces. We got guys who are going through tough transitions, lost their jobs, lost everything, restarting, learning who they are. There's a lot of transitions, a lot of transformations happening. And some of these guys are really struggling. So today I was like, who needs backup? What are we fighting? Bring it to the table. And we started kind of recognizing like some of the guys who've been around for a long time. I said, you know what? I'm going to give some praise this morning. And I started going down the list and we started just recognizing the successes that we've had in less than 1 year with a lot of these guys. And it's been pretty damn amazing, like super amazing. And
yeah.
And so we started off with, one guy who started off with, he was an alcoholic, super low self-esteem. He had a lot of PTSD issues from being bullied and beaten on for his whole life. He made himself very small, no confidence at all. And he actually, to the point where, there he is, Flores, we're talking about you right now. He's really done a lot of work on himself in all aspects. Now he's working on himself physically. He's working on himself emotionally. He's working on himself in mindset training. He's working on himself in multiple ways. He's even building out his big, beautiful red beard. And we're super proud of him. And so it started off with just giving a guy who's been around. He's coming up on his 1 year with us, just giving him some praise. And then we started going just down the list and we started grabbing another guy. We started praising him like, man, his transformation has been huge. And then we picked another guy. Transformation has been huge. And so today we're going to bring up some of the transformations. Heck, 2 of our warriors just jumped on now. I'm going to talk about Dress's transformation.
Absolutely. I also want to say something. I've talked about this before on one of our other lives about Flores. And I remember hearing him talk just recently. I was hearing him speak, and you wouldn't even know it was the same person. The amount of confidence that he had was almost like you were talking to a very different person. So proud of you. That's pretty incredible to see that transformation in a year. It's wonderful to see.
Yeah, super proud of you, bro. Really awesome. It's so good. It's so good. Next up, we got Dress. And Dress is now one of our coaches on the Warrior Way. He's in Australia, and he started off, I think he was misdiagnosed when we met. He thought he had a ADHD, bipolar disorder, and we had a really interesting conversation when we first met, and he was really struggling. He was going through really tough breakups, a lot of transition. He's gone through addiction issues. He's gone through some really tough battles. And together we have been just evolving way out of all of that stuff. He no longer is struggling with the addiction issues. He's now into life hacking. He is evolved into being one of our head coaches. And he is pulling guys out of hell. And I've watched him go in time after time into guys' nightmares to go, I'm going to help you get through this. And he's got a lot of experience even as a young guy. But from when I first met him, he was just sitting on the street on our first conversation to now he's going in and pulling guys out of some of the toughest conversations that they've ever had to go through. And it's a huge testament to him.
Yeah, and I also want to give him praise as well because he has so much wisdom and he's so sharp. And he is so young, and it really is inspiring to see his growth. And not only, is he your head coach in your program, but the way that he's able to deliver information in such a healthy way and also different from the way that you deliver it is such a beautiful thing because I think the two of you guys are such powerhouses together because you guys are able to deliver the information that you need to, but using a very different style that no matter who you are, you can relate to either one of you. So he's just so sharp and so smart. And so we are very, very lucky to have you on our side of things. So
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So yeah, really proud of Druss. Super, super proud of Druss. And yeah, it's a true honor. He's actually one of the guys I still can turn to whenever I'm struggling to go, I need a brother right now and I need to sort it out. And that's my guy. So pretty awesome. Before I get to the next guy, look at this one. Baby, do you even know what this means?
can you please do that? No.
You know what that means?
No, because I don't like the Princess Bride. You try to make me. I know. I ruin it every time for everybody.
Everyone.
I know. Everyone's like, delete. We're not even listening.
Say, hello.
Anymore.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
You just made user 2569321.
We got them. We got them. We're going to just do a live screening of just the Princess Bride for everybody. Baby. All right. So, in any case, there you go. User 28 and a whole bunch of numbers. All right. Next up, I got to give a lot of praise to our next guy. We have Perry Redmond. Perry is a international strongman. He actually goes and competes with the big dogs, and he is ranked right now number 26 strongest man.
Incredible.
I think in the world, and then he's in the teens for America. He's super strong, and so he's been coaching me. He coaches other guys in the group as far as being able to help guys improve their confidence and strength by having perfect form on their workout, which I found out I was strong with poor form, and it was really limiting me hard. And so Perry has been pulling me into just the next level of being able to take my workouts to something I'm very proud of too. It's just, man, I had to almost reset. He was like, your form, we got to fix that. You're going to get injured, bud.
And I also want to add before you continue on about Perry, I'm not sure if you know how much of a blessing you are to have, for me personally, for Rick, because the entire time we've been together, he's always wanted a workout buddy, like someone that can come and like help lift heavy weights. This guy is so freaking strong. A lot of people have a difficult time like keeping up, or they get burnt out and then they don't come back, or they don't, people's follow through sometimes on working out isn't always the best. But Perry, I have to give it to you as his coach for fitness. I've never seen him like keeping up and really like he's always been consistent with his workouts, but really pushing himself. It's really made a difference. Even the other day, I'm like, he was like, here, you try it. It's nonsense. I can't even do half of it. And I could barely do one. And then the day after, I'm like so sore. So I just want to tell you how much of a blessing you are on my behalf for him, because he's needed something like this for a long time.
Yeah, so very cool. Appreciate you very much. Share a story with Perry is he was at a competition this year, and he actually, I think he was like in the 80s, like 87 or 89 or something like that. He was ranked in the 80s for his strongman stuff, and he was going into his competitions, and he was afraid. Like doubt was riddling him. He was beaten. Like, I don't know if I'm worthy of doing this. I'm in my own head. I don't have any support. Nobody supports me on what I'm doing, and I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. And he would talk himself out of competing. Before he would go in, he'd almost throw up before every competition because he just was in his own head. And I remember one time he was going to a critical competition for him, and we had all our guys. I think I was really sick that day, but we had a bunch of guys up at 6 a.m. with him on his drive. And we were just like reassuring, telling him we're there for him, supporting him, giving him like different styles of mindset training before he went into his physical training. And that's when he moved his rank up it was 40 ranks. Like, he jumped up ahead of a lot of guys, went in with a very different mindset. But recently he had another competition, and one of our other warriors, Phil, was there with him, and he ripped both of his calves, in one lift. He overextended and hurt his calves. And Phil was there, and Perry like was out in the hallway, and he's like he's down on himself and he's bummed out, and Phil came over and like put his hand on his shoulder, and he was like, "Bro, you're gonna make it through this. Like you got this. Like you're gonna make it through this. It's gonna be all right." And Perry was saying today, like, man, that's like a core moment for him. He's really going like, damn, that really is going to be sticking with me for a long time. That we're going to get through this. We're going to be all right. And from there, he's like pushed himself way harder through his recovery, and then now his comeback, to where that moment was such a triggering moment to knock him into his next level. Super proud of him. Like very proud of him, and very proud of Phil. Just so you guys want to know, if you guys want to see this video I'm talking about, I actually posted today's call on YouTube today. If you want to check out our other channels, I posted this entire conversation up. You can just see some of these warriors who have gone into battle with each other, and like the evolution that we've had over the last year. So super proud. And Phil's one of our guys also, who we met just through TikTok.
Yeah.
We met Phil through TikTok, and Phil was not associated with our company, not associated with us at all. He's just a guy who was on our TikTok, and he would just come on and he would just cheerlead. He would just hit the like button and he would just knock the likes up really high. And we loved that. And I had a conversation with him, but he's like, I can't really afford to do anything right now, and I can't afford any program and can't afford anything, And I was like, fair enough, dude. Our main program was a little expensive at the time, and so he's like, I can't do that. So I was like, all right, well, Godspeed. We'll be in touch. If you need something, let me know. Well, he kept showing up, and he kept cheering everybody on, and he kept cheering people on and doing the work and helping people out and doing the thing. It was super awesome. And over time, we're like, you know what, Phil, you're one of us, bro. You're one of us. And so what we did is we do something in each of our group. As I do, one of the rules for the Warriors Way is that we have to all have skin in the game, and we all have to invest. And so there's one guy in each group who deserves it, needs it, and would fight for it, but cannot afford it at all. And Phil was my choice for this one group that we had. I said, Phil, you're on my ticket. I'll pay your way. And so Phil was in from that group, and from then on, Phil has done the work. Now, we make jokes because Phil was in a really difficult accident, and his whole right side of his body was smashed. And so, like, his right arm and his right leg are messed up. And he's sitting there with just his left hand, just pounding the like button and just supporting us in every way. And we're so proud of him because he just stayed over here this week.
Yeah.
We got to come over. He helped me out with trying to tear a washing machine apart. So, manly man stuff. Chris Miller, who's on here too, they were trying to help us figure it out. Ty was trying. We were calling everybody.
Turns out no one knows how to fix this washer, because I called the repair company today, and he said, "Oh, how old is it?" I'm like, 2 years. He's like, "No, we're also not doing that either." I was like, "Cool."
Little awesome. Reassurance, Phil. It's not just us.
It's not just you.
We got beaten. We took everything apart we could until it got to the stuff that we're just going to break. And it was. Turns out even the companies that fix washers won't fix it.
They're like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, so very, very funny. But Phil is now Dr. Phil with us. He is our coach in the Warriors Way, and I got to give him a testament. I got to give him a big praise. One of the leading causes of suicide for men is isolation. It's being all alone, feeling they don't matter, they have no value, no purpose, and nobody cares about them. And suicide, especially for men, is a really big deal. And when those calls would come up, I would take those calls to make sure guys who are going through suicidal thoughts or sitting next to the gun or whatever it may be, I would have those conversations to talk our guys off the edge. Some pretty intense conversations. Andrea's gotten to witness me have to do that a few times. And it's a big deal when we have our guys who are in those moments. Well, Phil started up a nighttime group for guys who are like, man, I just don't want to be alone, and I can just hang out with my guys. Healthy guys that all support each other, like to have fun, and we like to laugh. And Phil runs that group. So he is the leader of the nighttime groups to make it so people have support. And because of this level of support, Phil running this group, we have not had any suicide calls, and it's been probably over a half a year since Phil started running this group, because there's now a place for our guys to go to feel heard, valued, important, and not be alone. And it's been a real testament to Phil. So I have to give him a lot of praise, because he's been helping guys not go down that path because they matter. And it's been a really big deal to be able to have that type of support just from Phil. Starting off as a guy who was hitting like buttons is now pulling guys out of their darkest moments. And so very proud of Dr. Phil.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
He is
Phil.
one of the most genuinely nice people, like people you'll ever meet. He's so kind.
Yeah. And I guess the point of this, and we had a conversation, I think it was yesterday or the day before, where we talked about the difference between some of the stuff out there and what you're looking for. And there's a lot of people out there looking for information, looking for answers, looking for solutions, listening to podcasts, reading books, and doing the things that are like, all right, how do I find, the way to reach my girl? Or how do I find the way to take my stuff to the next level? Or how do I take, my stuff I'm struggling with and work through it? What's the way to do that? And people are starving for all this answers and answers and answers, right? Mm-hmm. That's why I have that video. The answers aren't the solutions. There's some programs out there that are informational. And that's good. I just want information. I'll figure it out myself. Mm-hmm. And some programs are transformational. And this means we go and we do the step-by-step work. I don't just say watch the videos. I say we're going to do training. We're going to practice. So it'd be the difference from reading a martial arts book to being in a martial arts class. Both are going to be teaching you, but one is going to be very different. One will teach you the information. One will teach you the transformation. And if any of you have ever done anything like that, you'll know the difference between, shadow boxing and sparring are not the same. It's going to be different.
Well, I think that's what's so different about what you do is because most groups that you join, and I'm in one right now, I see the level of support that there is in your group far surpasses anything that I've ever seen out there, as far as you giving them the tools and resources necessary, but you're there often. Sometimes I'm like, should you maybe take a break? But you show up for your people. There's multiple times a day where these people can jump on and feel supported at 24/7. And it's happened where he's had to jump out of bed and go have a conversation with someone because they're struggling. And so it's such a needed service, I guess, or thing that you do offer. And you don't charge extra for it. And I can tell you, most companies, most coaching services that are out there are going to nickel and dime you for every time, minute, hour that they have left. The program that I'm in, we have to send our questions ahead of time and to ensure they get answered, because guess what? If that 1 hour is done, everybody's done. And we log off. I can tell you for him, sometimes it's 2 to 3 hours and he's sitting still having conversations with people. Mm-hmm. And I think that's one of the conversations that him and I have had, as you go through counseling and you hire people to work, even when you're in a tough moment, when that hour is done with that counselor, psychologist, whoever you're working with, they're like, I'm done, hard stop. And him and I realized, because we saw someone for a while, that we have to figure out how to do it because people aren't going to be there for us in the way that we need them to be there. And so it's such a beautiful thing that you're able to offer people and give them the support that so many people need right now.
Yeah, it's true. We did an extra 40 minutes with the ladies today in the women's group, because just one of the ladies was going through a really tough time, and helping her see like the transformation aspect of it, so she knew what to practice. It's tough. We're going through, this isn't the information where like, read the chapter, you should be good. It's like reading it and doing it are not the same. And I think that's the message to it. What's up, Brandon? I saw you on there. Yeah, Christy, you were there. And she's one of our warriors too. I got to give testament to Christy. And also Chris Miller. I saw you on here too. Angel, I see you on here. I see a lot of our warriors on here. I got to give you guys praise. We're going through difficult times. And I think that's one of the things I'm really proud of, is that I don't take it easy on the girls. I don't take it easy. I don't take it easy on anybody. Like, it's going to be it's like the warrior conversation. Hard talks lead to massive transformation. We have to get into what's the real thing here. Where did that come from? We have to learn how to challenge on our own. We have to push our own boundaries and limits, and that's how we truly grow. And a lot of times people are not pushing people. They just want to validate emotions. Wow, you're so brave, but don't know brave against what. I had a really tough time growing up. Oh my, you're so tough. You're so strong. Like, no, what happened? And do you need that anymore? Let's do the work to see if we can get rid of it. Or is this a core part of who you are? And we have to have really difficult conversations to start tearing into belief systems that may not be yours and find authenticity, which a lot of people have never known.
They don't know.
We've been changing ourselves to fit in with people our whole lives. It's difficult for people to know who they really are. And when challenged, you're going to start seeing the excuses trigger negative responses. People getting defensive, running into their coping mechanism, fight, flight, freeze. You're going to start people over explaining, talking over, getting defensive, finding their denial systems. You're going to start seeing what's going on with people. And a lot of times, most of us have been running in that system for so long, they don't even know. They don't even know they're doing it.
And I think the other part of that is once you start to realize and understand yourself and you want to be on the path to find who you really are deep down, that also can be scary because now you're presenting yourself and you're showing up as someone different than no one knows who this new person is. And that can come with rejection or hurt or pain. And so that's why you always hear, people say, like, surround yourself with like-minded people, surround yourself like that is so important in these moments because if you don't have a strong support group, it's very easy to fall right back into the old version of yourself.
Yeah, so easy because the default program doesn't go away. It's been there for decades.
Yeah.
And then now you're supposed to have one conversation and stop doing what you've been doing for 20, 30, 40 years.
Right. Yeah.
Josh, it's good to see you, man. If you want, let's have another talk. I'd like to talk with you again. Like, I know that you've been going ups and downs, and I'll talk with you again because I know if you're still struggling, man, it'd be good to have a conversation with you. If you want, just grab another spot because I've had some openings open up. I'd like to be able to like catch back up and be able to talk some more. And if you want to go in, let's do some stuff. We also just made a low ticket offer to give people these tools. And I'm doing a live training because in today's video, there was 3 guys on there that have overcome anxiety and no longer are on the medication that they were given or prescribed for anxiety, and they're doing better than they've ever done. We've actually beaten anxiety. I don't give a fuck what anybody wants to challenge. Come challenge it. It's working internationally. It's working with men. It's working with women. It's working with different cultures. It's working with different races. It's working across the board. It's working. If you want to challenge it, I please do. Bring your degrees. Bring your psychology friend. Bring whatever you have. Come and challenge it. I've been doing podcasts. I've been jumping on with different groups. I've been talking to psychologists. I've been working with coaches. I've been talking with a lot of people. It's working. We're doing something different than what they teach in school, and people are breaking their curses and no longer being afraid.
Yep.
It's powerful stuff. One of the guys, he's kicked it for a few weeks now, and it's been amazing. He couldn't even drive. He was paralyzed with fear, and now he's like, man, I've been driving. He drove 30 miles while we were on a call one time.
It's incredible. And, it goes back to as well with anything. I mean, the information that we're told from a young age or even, early teen, whatever it is, younger than we are now, that's for sure, how things should be treated or how you should cope with certain things. And it's very easy to trust a doctor or someone telling you a point of authority, I guess I should say that. And have them say, okay, this is what you should be doing to do this. Most of the time, I'll be honest with you, it's medication. That's how they want to treat everything, in my opinion. And so it's almost going back to like we were talking about earlier, as far as finding your authentic self. Start challenging your belief system and the things that you were told on how to treat anxiety to see if that works. And I know you talked about Druss earlier, but that is the perfect example of someone coming in to this program and saying, hey, this is what I'm being told. And now he doesn't deal with any of that stuff. So the mind is an absolutely such a powerful thing. And it can work against us or it can work for us, depending on how you want to use it.
Yeah, it's so proud. So proud of the people who are doing the battle. And so, just so you know, this is on our website right now. We're putting this out there right now, and I'll be doing a live training for only the first 100 people that get it. And so, if you guys pass this on to somebody you know who's struggling and they're just sick and tired of suffering, they hate being scared, they hate the paralysis by possibilities and shutting themselves down from opportunity because they're so worried all the time. Like, you can either gift it to them or book the call with there, but sign it up.
Yeah.
It's right in our bio. Just go to the website. It's right at the top. There's a discount code in there, and it makes it so you get more than half off. Just put the code in. We'll support you, and it's amazing. So the first 100 people, I'll be doing multiple live trainings, live Q&A to help people get this right so they can start beating anxiety. And this has worked in as little as 1 to 2 phone calls. And we got people like starting to already see differences.
It's absolutely incredible. And that's fantastic to see Amy. She was saying the first time here, I beat mine, I talked to it and said, this is all you got, used to this. And then, it's been 15 years without it.
Way to go,
amazing.
Amy.
That's awesome.
Good job. GG Ghosts or G Ghosts. GG Ghosts. Good game. All right. Said, I'm trying to let go of past hurt and resentment. And he said, I'm afraid of repeating my past mistakes. And I've been trying and failing, and I get triggered so easily. There's a few things going on here that are triggering you in that direction, but I have to know more about what your thing is. Gigi, is it okay if you grab a time slot with me? We'll break it down, because if you're going in through your past and you're holding on to maybe some sort of shame or guilt, or you're working through some loss or a grieving thing, we got to see where you're stuck. And this map right here, this is actually a map of how humans work. Whenever I'm hearing somebody's story or we go through their thing, it really gives me an idea of where are you stuck, so I can help you get to what you're trying to get to, but I have to know more info. No charge on the call. Just if you can, go up and grab a spot on my calendar. It's right on the website. And then I'll be able to talk with you just one-on-one. We'll just have a conversation, and it's awesome. Like, we'll be able to work on it, and we'll see where are you stuck, and I'll at least give you, like, this is the direction you need to go, and here's the steps you need. One way or another, I'll make sure that you have at least some tools, so you're not, like, you're no longer floundering in, like, a sense of despair of what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I'll at least give you a direction, if not have you be one of us.
So you probably saw me reach around and, like, touch the surface of what that was on. But we were talking about the map for quite some time, and then we kind of just stopped talking about it on the lives, I guess we should say. But I think that you may want to, if we can get this on a dry erase board or something, do some trainings on it. Now, him training on it and you actually doing the work and fully understanding it takes some time, takes some work, right? But he created this map that you see behind us. He created that. And it is so freaking genius, to the point where, I'm just praising him for a second, that he talked to a psychologist, and this man has been doing this for years. He's what, 75, 80?
He's in his
years old?
80s.
So
Anthony Dr. Jones, Dr.
Yes.
Jones.
Dr. Jones, Dr. J.
Yeah, he's written a few. I have one of his books right here. Like, he's written 6 psychology books. We've gone through this one, and I've even, like, improved some of his stuff, which is kind of fun conversations we have.
Yeah. So he was showing him this, and he was saying, like, in all of my years, I've never seen something like this before.
He said it was the most complete mind map that he's seen done.
A mind map. Like, it is, when he goes through it, I'm blown away every time, because it makes so much sense of how it works and how people work, that we definitely should do more. You should do more training.
I don't mind. It's really complicated stuff, though. So, like,
I just
I wish it was
piece
simple.
at a time. I think if you just
Sure.
take
I don't mind doing the training. When I do it live, there's corporations and there's groups that I work in, and when I'm doing live training for like hundreds of people, I'll pull it up and do like a basic thing. But even for my coaches, when I'm teaching them how to use it, we'll look at scenarios and I'll say, where is this person stuck? Where are they trying to get to? Do you see the part that they're missing? It's pretty awesome. And so whenever I'm doing like large trainings in front of like, it's like hundreds of people, when we do this training, people really enjoy it, but it can get really, really tricky because humans are not, we're not just simple creatures. You know, when it gets into love and values and principles, and it gets into our identity, when it gets to your belief systems, your goals, your fears, your motivation, your loss system, like we're complicated. And trying to figure out where is the missing piece for somebody, it's a lot harder than most people may think.
Yeah.
And so it can get pretty tough.
Absolutely.
But otherwise, yeah, we can do more map training.
Yeah, I think just taking bless you. I'm not doing that. Yeah, taking just a piece of it every time is it is so powerful. Just even breaking down into sections, I think people can learn a lot from that.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys being on here. Let's see, I just see James, Joshua, GG. Thank you guys for jumping on with us.
James,
very cool.
For the gifts.
Yeah, you guys are
Appreciate
awesome.
it. Yeah. My favorite NPC.
You're Phil's favorite NPC, baby.
I always hold that title strong.
There was a long time that we're calling you an NPC, and you're like, I don't know what that means, but okay.
But I'll take it, and I'll hold that. Yeah, and clearly I've definitely held that title very proud.
You are like, I'm not going on the adventure. Hell no. I'll be in the castle, and if you need something, just come and I'll help you start a quest.
Yeah. Angel says, Rick caught all I was going through in the very first call. That's what's so fascinating about this guy, too, because he does. If anyone has had a conversation with Rick, you know, within 15 to 20 minutes, once he's done asking you questions, he will identify what the issue is immediately. Immediately. The men will usually say, okay, wow, all right. And the girls will say, what? What do they say?
Well, different things, but the girls will, like, they'll say that, like, how did I know? Like Christy just said, like, Rick literally just knows. He said he just knows. But yeah, he
does. Yeah.
I mean, it depends. Depends on what stage they're in.
Yeah. That's true.
Some people will be like, well, maybe that's right, but I don't know. I don't, maybe. I don't, and I'll be like, yeah, I see where you're at. Okay. I don't want to talk about it, so it's funny. But no, a lot of times, too, the conversation I'll have, too, is the first time I've heard guys say it's the first time I felt heard or seen in most of my life, that somebody really gets it. And I'm happy to have those conversations. I actually really love it when I'm talking to somebody who thinks it's going to be counseling or thinks this is therapy or thinks this is something like that, and they realize that's not what this is. It's warrior training, and I'm teaching you tools and practical application. I'm not talking about just your feelings. And so I have warriors like, Chris is on right now, his big, beautiful beard and all the stuff that he does. He's had such a huge awareness growth, too. He's so sharp at what he sees. He also has a big Warriors Way flag in his garage.
I know. I've seen it. It's amazing.
Awesome.
I want to know more about that.
We got to make one. So he's got cooler stuff than we have, and we made it. So
jerk up a your logo. He has a better one than us.
Yeah.
Can we
made
borrow
it.
That?
He just made the flag part, but it's cool. So in any case, it's awesome to watch the transformation with us challenging and teaching guys how to challenge. And I'm really proud of those first calls when I've had guys come on going, oh, this is going to be just some dude who's blowing smoke up my ass. And then at the end of it going, you're my dude. You get it, man. I'm in. What do I got to do? How can I be a warrior with you? I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and with Rick too, what you see is what you get. He is Phil knows because Phil's here, with us sometimes. But what you see is what you get. Like, he's not one way on here and one way in real life. Like, he's all the same.
It's the same guy. Whether I'm in front of 500 people or 2 people, it's the same.
Yeah.
I don't need to change for anybody.
Unless I tell him to.
Oh, baby.
Just kidding, everybody. Just kidding. Hold your pants. It's fine.
Adorable.
Oh.
All right. Anybody got any questions on here, or do I
So,
just keep praising people? I saw we had a couple
yeah,
questions, right?
Snorlax has a question, and then there was another question that someone asked that we'll get to as well. I don't know if they're on anymore, but we can answer it. So while we wait for Snorlax to answer, one question was, why do women cry wolf when you try to offer to help with house chores?
Why do they cry wolf?
Yeah.
All right. So, like, when you offer to help, give me what your interpretation of this question is, just so I can maybe be on the same page. I feel like this is a little subjective, and I could be making it different than what you may see.
You know, I am going to take a guess here. It's probably that this woman probably does the majority of the housework, but then also prefers to do it because it's her way. But then when the guy says, hey, let me help with this, or maybe doesn't help during the time that she wants the help, then she says, well, you never want to help. You never help me with anything. I feel like that's the most common thing.
All right, that's a
We
good
see.
one. I think that's a good one. Or where she's like I need help, I need help, I need help, and then you go help, and she's like, you're not doing it right, I'll just do it.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's hard to say. I think it's just because the crying wolf metaphor is making it so it's like, this could go into a little bit of a subjective way. Like, why do women go, I need help, but now I don't need help and I got it? Like, I don't know what maybe that means. So I feel like we'd just be shooting in the dark on
Yeah,
this one.
we're just guessing, and I'm sure this person's long gone because they came on at the very beginning. So, Phil also said that I will try to ruin their fast. Fair warning. Absolutely, I'm a mom, so when you come to my house, you're going to eat. Rick was trying to feed Phil some chicken, only
I'm a savage.
chicken, and I was like, Phil is not eating that. Phil, let me.
Yeah, well, you just made some chicken. That was just some regular chicken for the rest, for tomorrow or something.
Yeah.
And you were gonna mix it in with stuff, and I was like, "Is that chicken?" And so I just
I
started.
must have it.
I just started eating the chicken. That's
And he's like, has this big bowl of chicken. It was like, Phil, and I was like, oh no.
listen,
People need to eat. No, chicken is great.
it was literally just chicken in a bowl. That's
it.
it.
Like that is it. There was
And
nothing with
here
it.
I am,
All
big
the-
happy smile, just
Yeah.
eating the plain
Yeah,
chicken.
I like chicken too, but I feel like two grown men eating out of one bowl of chicken, we'll get you a
Listen,
little something
We'll
else.
Lady in the Tramp this chicken. I don't care.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Let's see what else is there. Willie. Willie says, I'm seeing someone 28 years younger. I'm afraid she's going to want kids someday. What do I do?
Oh man,
Willie.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the age gap is. I mean, like, are we talking?
82.
Are we talking like you're 60 and she's 22 or something? I don't know what we're working with here.
28 years younger.
Yeah,
That's like,
we're hoping 60. 47,
Oof.
21.
what is there in common?
Yeah, that's actually a really good question, Willie. Aside from just she's pretty, like, what a very different stage in life. I actually really do want to know, Willie, what do you guys have in common if you can take away anything physical and just go, we have this in common? Because I know just getting into the bar at 21 is very different than we're early 40s. We don't even consider going to the bar. Like, we'll go once every few months, and it's just us, and we'll just have a drink or two and then go home. So we're not getting white girl wasted. So I don't know what do you guys have in common? We really would like to know.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, yeah, I'm sure if she's 21, she's going to want to have kids one day. Let's say she wants kids at 28.
Yeah. Also, how long have you been seeing her? I have so many questions for you, Willie. Oh, she's different. Oh, very responsible. She likes movies, pets, and walks.
Everybody
so does my
likes
16-year-old.
Everybody likes movies, pets, and walks. Everybody. Yes, we are Christians.
Oh, we love you, Willie. This is going to offer a really good conversation. We appreciate you.
She likes music.
Yeah.
I'm like, everyone likes music.
Yeah.
Willie.
I'll give you a little insight, Willie, because when I was in my early 20s, I also dated someone much, much, much older. And then you realize when you're doing that, you have dad issues. And sure enough, sure did.
Oh, for sure. If she's dating a guy older, the age gap is more than her years alive. There's daddy issues for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's probably where she's different. It's not because she likes
She's good.
walks. Everybody likes walks. And if she likes to walk pets, that's
Yeah.
she's got a dog then. And if she
Yeah.
likes movies, everybody likes some movies
Yeah.
and music.
Yeah.
Everyone likes music. So if you're looking where is she different, she wants to date a dude who the age gap is more than how long she's been alive. That's probably where she's different. And hey, credit to your game, Willie. Credit to your game.
That's good. She has a good relationship with her dad.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I bet you have more in common with dad.
Do you remind her of her dad?
Yeah.
I'm not even being
Wait a
silly,
second.
for real.
Even
though.
funnier. What's the age gap between you and dad?
And also, bet you haven't met her dad yet. Willie, what's going on? Probably right. I don't know why, Willie, but I really am a fan. I really am a fan.
dude. Willie is 1 year difference from her dad's age.
Well, have you met him? And no, I haven't met him.
Hell
Of
no.
course you can't. You course you're no.
He's gonna hope you were a Uber driver, not a boyfriend.
Are you sure you didn't go to school with him?
You probably did. You guys were in graduating class together.
Listen, I can tell you. Yeah, no. Oh my gosh, I love it. She's attached to me, and I'm afraid to get close. What is
Listen,
she attached to, Willie? I mean, are you paying her bills or something?
You sugar daddying? She got two daddies now? What is this? No.
Okay,
It's
laugh.
it's what it is. Love is weird, man. I can't tell you what's
He's
right
like,
or wrong.
okay, you laugh. Is this wrong? What advice would you give your daughter if she was 21 dating a 47-year-old?
Also, you know you. And so if your 21-year-old daughter was dating someone literally exactly like you, you'd be like, oh no, I know what I do. No. So if you had a 21-year-old girl and she was dating you and there was a 28-year age difference, what would your advice to your daughter be? He's going to be like, I'm out of
I'm so
here.
glad
That's
you're
what
not,
that.
Willie.
He's like,
so
I'm
glad
out of
you're
here. Now we're happy you're here, Willie. I appreciate you.
That's a good point.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to answer that fucking question.
Also, I think too, Willie, one thing, like if this is the first girl that you've dated that's that young, I think you'll start to see and realize that the older you get, the more that you'll want someone that's able to connect with you on a deeper level and wants to talk more about, I guess less about the movies and pets and walks.
Yeah, true story.
Yeah.
What is TW? Let's see, what do you got here? Willie, we're coming back. I want some more info. All right, TW says he's a Christian, but he says girlfriend is Christian, but reading New Age material, not willing to read the Bible regarding it. What to do? So here's where I would start with you. One of my favorite things to read is Jesus, Sermon on the Mount. If you go to just Matthew chapter 7, just keep it real simple, just read chapter 7. The very first verses are, don't judge people unless you want to be judged. When he gets into the don't judge the splinter in my eye when you have a log in your eye, and the different translations that are like that. But don't judge people unless you want to be judged. She's got to go through her journey, and you condemning and judging her, it just shows our arrogance that we think that we can do better than God. I don't throw judgments around because I don't understand the true criteria that he's going to use when it's our end game. I don't know what it is. But for me to condemn and to judge and to put somebody down or to take somebody who they're not being Christian enough, well, if you read Jesus, he was with the people who weren't doing it perfect. Jesus didn't hang out with the healthy. He hung out with the sick. He hung out with the people who screwed up. He hung out with the people who went through tough lessons. And so for you to say she can't have that, she has to be perfect or my judgments shall be put down upon her, it shows our arrogance in the face of the Father. No. Like, it's not our job to judge. All we can do is love and help support people through whatever it is. But trying to say you're not doing what I think you should be doing for reading, you're bad. Listen, it says right in the end of chapter 7 where there's going to be false prophets, and you'll be before God and going, didn't you see all the judgments that I made for you and all the people I put down for you and all the people I told were bad and they're going to hell for you? Didn't you see? And Jesus and God are going to be like, you're not one of ours. That's what we said not to do. Don't condemn people. Don't put people down for their things. Don't tear someone down. Let them go through their experience, and you love them, and let them go through their things and lead them towards by doing, not by judgments. If we go psychology route, this is another way you look at it. Carl Jung says, thinking is hard, so people judge instead. Judgments is not a blessing. Judgments is a curse.
Yeah.
And so if we're using the Bible as a weapon, you are not a Christ follower then, because Jesus didn't use the Bible as a weapon to hurt people. This is supposed to be a guide towards God. Now, don't get me wrong, it's confusing. Old Testament God and New Testament God, it's two different dudes. I know it says it's the same guy, but he used to burn down cities and flood the planet, and then afterwards he forgives everything. I'm just saying, it feels like my father, because Old Testament dad was a dick. New Testament dad, he's still crazy, but now he's at least funny. So, like, just saying, like, I wouldn't go into a judgment, otherwise you're just going directly against Jesus himself. And that's not your job. Let big guns do the judgment. You do the loving and help people go like, at least the best way you can. Yeah. All you can do is offer advice, because remember, our greatest power that God gave us is free will. Let them make their own choices and then love and forgive them, because life's hard enough without us shitting on somebody because of the Bible.
Yeah.
Just putting it out there.
Absolutely.
Just Matthew 7. I'm not even going into 1,000 scriptures. Just read when Jesus was doing Sermon on the Mount. Just Matthew chapter 7. It's not that long. And like you'll go, okay, shit, that's a good place to start.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Let's see.
So
my boy Willie.
Willie says, deep down I believe she just likes being with me because he treats her right.
I believe you do. I believe, yeah, she's done with the boys. She wants the men.
She wants a man.
She went boys to men, Willie.
I would just make sure, Willie, keep your armor up a little bit with this one.
Oh, no.
It's not going to last.
Oh, I'm sure she's using it.
It's temporary.
Well, even if it works out, you're going to struggle. And I think your first question was valid. She's going to want kids. Let's say she wants to go through her wild years. Let's say you can keep up with her wild years. Well, this is going to put you, let's see, she's going to be 28. She's 21 now. So you're going to be, what, 53, 54. And she's going to be like, let's start having a baby. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and make you have a 10-year-old at 65 years old. Let's go ahead and have your graduation where you're pushing 72, 73 years old at your son or daughter's graduation.
Let alone get married and then she leaves you and then there goes your retirement because you're close to retirement age. Don't do that.
Even if you win, this is wild, bro. Even if everything goes perfect, this is going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
And so
your concerns, I think it's fair.
Valid.
I would have concerns. I have concerns for you.
Yeah,
I've never met you.
We're not even there, and we're worried.
Going through the wild years, Chris says, sounds like a lot of work. It does.
Gosh, could you imagine going back through the bar years now?
Gosh, no. And I was a wild one in my early 20s.
Yeah, you
I was
were.
always at the bar.
Wild.
And now I can barely even hang out at one.
Yeah, you used to be wild, now you're a Snorlax. See what I did there, Chris? See what I did?
It is a lot of work. I mean, I stay up till midnight and it takes me a couple days to recover.
Yeah, right. You saw
Me too, Chris.
You saw a bottle of alcohol the other day and you slept in for 2 days.
Yeah, I was like, that's it. That is it. So Willie says, I'm solid and treat my women good. And yes, I'm always out having fun, but I'm sure it won't last.
Yeah. This is where people got to be careful if they win.
Here's my question for you. You said you're solid. I believe that. And you treat your woman good. I also believe that. Then how come they're not staying?
Ooh.
No, I'm not even being mean, but like if you do treat women really good, why do they keep going? Or is it you breaking it off?
Or are you just attracted to women that are 30 years younger than you?
Yeah. He's like, thanks, I get the point.
He's like,
Oh,
next
but I
person.
know, yeah. He's like, enough with me. I'm not asking any more questions. We'll wait though. I'm kidding.
Yeah, sorry, Chris. My phone's in the bedroom charging. I don't even have my phone on me, man. I saw you said you were texting me, but my phone's on the other side of the building right now. So
Yeah.
otherwise, I would happily check the text message. But
Brett says because women don't want the nice guy.
different stages. All right, let's take like Brett. We're gonna take it. So girls may not want the nice guy. Women do. What's the difference, baby? Do you know the difference?
What did you say? Sorry.
All right, we'll be there for. What do you got here? Let's see. Willie said he was married 20 years, and then she left me for someone more of a bad boy. Yeah, we have some stuff there we could go into battle with, man. That's an interesting thing because that's her. That's a her thing, not a you thing. But it feels like a you thing because of the way I'm sure she treated you, which these kind of women are not nice to nice guys. Well, we'll see. Yeah, but me, sure, right. Women don't respect simps, but can we be real? How many guys respect simps?
What is a simp?
So simps
This is
is
a new buzzword.
yeah, it's been around for a little bit, but simp is a term for the guys who, if there's the hypergamy pyramid, the simps would be at the bottom.
The bottom feeders.
Yeah, these are the bottom feeder guys.
Okay.
These are the guys who, no games, stay in their basement, mostly betas. They're the guys who spend most of their paycheck on like OnlyFans or whatever.
Okay.
These are the guys who are just messaging through, trying to slide into DMs,
Sure.
but like they're not really high in values. These are like the guys who would be like the low guys, like lives in his mom's basement, doesn't have any money, smokes weed every day, doesn't take
Yeah.
care of his body or his mind, but he's gonna try and get out there. He's gonna DM only, but has social anxiety issues, so he doesn't really. The simps,
Yeah.
the beta guys.
Yeah, Snorlax. It's Sims push the girl up the pyramid to be the alpha.
Yeah,
Interesting,
we've seen
okay.
those guys too.
Yeah.
The guys who will do like the hypergamy thing where they'll be together and he's going to take care of the kids in the home and do all of this stuff while she goes to school and becomes an attorney. And then I've had multiple conversations with women who became like nurses or, gotten their law degree or whatever. And the guy who helped her do better, hypergamy, would kick in. And when that happens, this is her dating down in the social hierarchy or in like safety security part. Now she's above him and there's an interrupt. She becomes less interested in this guy. She becomes less attracted to this guy and she becomes more attracted to somebody at her level or higher. And now that she's moved her level up and he stayed the same, I've seen guys who were stay-at-home dads, good guys, stay-at-home dads, take care of the home, let her do her stuff, and then now she feels above him and she's wasting her time with this guy. But she wouldn't be there without this guy. Mm-hmm. And so
That
this
drives
is
me crazy.
it's a really tough area, but these are the guys who don't move themselves up the hypergamy pyramid, and so they don't raise their value, and they stay at a certain level, but then they're not respected for doing that, even though it is highly respected if a woman does it. For example, it's an interesting thing. Except for women to women, not nice to each other.
No.
But when it comes to hypergamy, it gets tough this day and age because the rules are completely different right now. And the guys who think that doing it the good guy route, that the way that women give is the same how men give, it's not. It's extremely rare for a woman to give the same way a man does, especially with finances, safety, and security. It's not the same. And so it's a tough game out there. So you'll see these guys out there who get their asses kicked. Mm-hmm. And they try to do the nice guy thing or the right thing, or they just never move themselves up and they're still at the bottom. And so they're considered the guys who will just, be drooling all over these girls who are, on name the social media site.
Yeah.
Like name the site, and they're the guys who are in the comments and liking everybody's photos and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
You get it.
Yeah.
So that's a simp.
Got it. Thank you. Willie said he is not that.
No, I'm
And
sure Willie
he's
is not.
a good guy who puts his family first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now she probably fell into a social dynamic where she's supposed to go get hers. She needs to get hers in some way, shape, or form. But that's the Beauty and the Beast thing. And so, Willie, real talk. Listen, we're in our 40s. You're in your 40s. We get it. Real talk. You were hell on wheels when you were young, right? I mean, we're talking 90s. You were a bad man in the 90s, right, Willie? Real, true or not true?
Early 2000s.
90s to 2000s, you was a bad man with some money in your pocket. Keep up. Yeah, right?
For sure.
You know what being the bad boy was because you were a wild child when you were young. And now you grew out of that. And now you became a good man because you've gone through enough stuff to know that stuff doesn't sustain. And so we've all gotten to go through those phases. And your girl, she wanted to get her an apex man. She wanted a bad boy, an alpha. She wanted her he's strong and confident and takes charge. I want that. I want that guy. It's Beauty and the Beast. So she wants to get that fantasy story. This is the age-old stuff. This goes from like the fantasies for women. Top 5 fantasies for women when they look up in Google. Vampires, werewolves, pirates, surgeons, billionaires. We want the apex. It's the fantasy. I want the untamable, the Incredible Hulk, the Beast Prince that's been cursed. And then she gets him. And then what does she want this dangerous apex to do?
Settle down.
Settle down, but he's only tamed by her love. The power of her love is the only thing that can bring them together and calm down the beast. This is the Betty Ross to the Bruce Banner. This is like, oh, now I am able to calm down because of your love. And then what happens? She wants that apex cursed prince who the curse has been broken to be a good man. Be a good dad. Take care of the house. Mow the lawn diagonally. Make sure the flowers are in order and that the garage is clean, and he helps with the chores around the house, and she domesticates this bad boy alpha apex motorcycle riding badass who don't take shit from nobody. Now turns into the homeowners association president who takes care of the kids in the neighborhood, contributes to charities, and is looking out for his mom and grandmother on the side while he's doing philanthropy. Like, she wants this super sweet guy, and then she gets that and realizes, and this is where you look at Beauty and the Beast, realizes the thing that was the most interesting about her was you. Mm-hmm. Now she's getting older, and she's not interesting. She's not as wild. She's not fun. She is the beauty in the story, and the beauty is fading, and now she needs a quickening because my life now has become regular, cookie cutter. Every day the same thing. You're just taking care of the kids and doing stuff, and there's no excitement, no adventure anymore, no more.
Yeah.
She needs a quickening. She needs to be rejuvenated. So she needs to go and, it's the same in her mind, and I've seen this over and over again.
Yeah.
She may be 47, but in her mind, she's still 22.
Yeah.
And so when they go back out, they think they're just going to go back out and be in another adventure again, and another cursed prince will choose her simply for being beautiful.
Yeah.
Except she's not Beauty in the story anymore. She's the old lady with the apples at the beginning, and Beauty keeps walking by. And that makes it a lot less fun for her. She's no longer finding cursed princes. She's finding broken men.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Absolutely. And her algorithms in her social media will show her different. Will show her women of her age that are newly single and living their best life. And again, it really is about knowing who you really are and what you have to offer versus your reality versus the dream in someone else's life that you're looking through the lens at, and understanding that those two are not the same.
Yeah.
And sometimes the lens you're looking through on social media at other people, I can tell you right now, that is typically not the life they're living either.
Oh, yeah.
Very
it's
interesting.
Totally not authentic. But then it's even more funny is just look at the brochure here, Willie. Here's where it gets funny. These girls or these women want a bad boy and expect him to be a good guy. They want him to be a good guy when his resume says, I'm a bad boy. Mm-hmm. It's so funny when he starts messing around with younger girls behind her back and wondering, why is he doing this? He's like, did you see my resume? I'm literally going to screw around on you. It's in my statement of purpose. Mm-hmm. You didn't notice?
Yeah, here's a good point. Willie, I'm so glad you're on tonight. He said, good point. My ex that left me for that bad boy is trying to come back. Of course, because this is what they don't understand. These women do not understand that what they're leaving their stable house for is not what it's all cracked up to be. They, first of all, do not have... They don't look the same as when they did when they met you. So they're also not going to be as attractive. Like what?
You hit your brakes on. You were like, they don't.
Well, it's just like you said. You're going into a new world that, Willie's saying he's married for 20 years, mm-hmm. and now we're going back to the dating scene. Surprise, the dating scene is not what it used to be from just what I've heard, and it is very difficult out there. So it's not as easy. Now you're looking a little older. Now it's even harder. So, anyway.
That was funny, baby. You got me on that one.
He's right now having fun.
And they don't... I don't want to say it. All right, they don't look how they used to. Let's just call it what it is. And that's what it is. Listen, the reality is a woman pushing 50 is not the same as a woman in early 20s. It doesn't look the same.
No, it shouldn't be the same. No. And yes. Also, the mind is different. So understanding what you want and what you expect are going to be, the mind is very different. The look is very different. It's very different.
Yeah. Mish, you said social media has given women unlimited options. You're not wrong, mm-hmm. but it's bottom of the pyramid.
Yeah.
Because the guys at the top, the guys who have worked to continue raising up not only their value, but values, mm-hmm. like not just financially, but also as the type of men that they are, the guy who have higher values and value have more options. But the women will be having more options at the bottom, because they didn't level up as their guy has. And they think that they're going to go out there and they're going to get them a 1%er. Well, what do you think your criteria that a 1%er wants you for? Mm-hmm. I don't think this is... You guys want to know the hardest lesson that our women's have given our women? And half of them haven't even done it. They avoided this answer. One of the toughest things for the ladies was, do you know the difference between your baggage and your benefits, and which mm-hmm. one is more? One of the harder questions you'll see somebody ask a woman is to go, can you give me your 3 things about you that are unique, that have nothing to do with your looks? Mm-hmm. You can't say the 3 things about me that are unique is I like animals, I like walks, and I like movies. Everybody likes those. Anybody who has feet likes to walk.
Kids like those.
Like everybody likes those.
Yeah.
I like music, I like food, and I like the beach. Mm-hmm. Everybody likes this shit. So you can't go, that's unique. What's unique about you? Give me something that this is not a common thing, but I love it. I would like that. And you can't say things that are super common. I like hanging out with friends. I like s'mores, and I like guys who play guitar. I'm like, none of those have anything to do with you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Empathy, compassion, and willing to please. Danielle, listen, I like you. You're one of our people. Yes. I like you. But I will tell you right now, empathy for who? Because I've done surveys with hundreds of guys, and it is very rare for a woman to say they truly care about a man's feelings, not his well-being. Now, to say I'm putting empathy on my thing, for who? Babies? Other women? Cartoon characters? Who? But not their man. Their man. And I will take the Pepsi challenge. If you can do this, book a call, we'll record together. Yeah. No, it's very different. Sympathy and empathy are not the same, Danielle. Feeling sorry for a broken one is not the same as empathetic for somebody going through something.
Yes, agreed. Also, just going back to Willie, he was saying It's hard to date a woman in her 50s. They're not what I want. Yes, they do have the values, just not the looks. Maybe I should look more into the values more. I would say yes.
Or you should watch Shallow Hal. Remember, it's a Jack Black movie with Tony Robbins.
Yeah, I love Tony Robbins, by the way. But values, I'm telling you, values, in my opinion, is the way to go. Because so many people don't have them anymore or don't even know what they are. Like their own values, I guess I should say. And that's a challenge. I would rather have someone that has strong values and not be as attractive. Lucky me, I ended up with both. But
well, she picked me solely on attraction, and she built me from the ground up. I had nothing.
It's not easy being this guy, being with this man.
Yeah, she's like, I'm going to Barbara Bush you, man. She's like, you'll be the president simply because I'm going to make you that way. I was nothing. I lived in the street. I had roller skates were my only shoes. My only friends were mice like Cinderella, and all I did was talk to them. She pulled me out and morphed me into the man I am today. I had nothing without her.
We're a good team, that's for sure.
I couldn't even grow a beard before I met her.
It was all dark. It's weird how being with me has turned it gray.
She's helped it change colors. This entire waterfall thing here did not exist. Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
Thank you. This was all too dark before.
We both have individually grown so much together. We've been through a lot, but I do think that I am part of the reason.
You are.
Yeah. So anyway, this is my advice for women out there, for all the women listening.
All you ladies.
For all the ladies, is my piece of advice to you would be, how are you being a cheerleader for your significant other? How are you saying that you're proud of them, appreciating them, but really being their cheerleader to say, like, keep going, like, you can do this. Like, that is something that's so important that we do not do for men. That is needed. Like, looking at the tough times that they go through and being that cheerleader for them to keep them going is so important.
Mm-hmm. I got another one for you, ladies. We do not like appreciation the way you do. What, Rick? What do you mean? We don't like appreciation how you do. Guys we don't respond well to reassurance appreciation. No, Joshua's right. We did a survey on this one. I'll get to that in a second, baby.
Yeah, we're gonna get to your Joshua.
But guys, if I think about this, if I went to my boy and I was like, "Hey, man, you're going for that big goal, or you're pushing yourself for this thing," I'm like, "I'll never leave you, and I'll always be there, and you're the best friend to me, and I'll always be there for you." And he'd be like, "Okay, thanks, dude. I guess." Why would you say that? Were you going to leave? What are we doing? I don't know what's happening. But if you go, "Bro, I believe in you. You got that shit. You got it, dude. Let's fight. Go forward. You're the man." Like, he'll be like, "Hell yeah. All right."
Yeah.
There's a difference between doing the, like, appreciation by cheering and encouraging and appreciation through reassurance. Now, with women, they appreciate the reassurance aspect more than the "good job. Go, fight, win." Like, no, for her, it's like, "Babe, you're the best ever. I'll always be there for you. Man, I got lucky with you. I'd never look anywhere else. You're the greatest." You know, those kind of things is like, well, yeah. Like that reassuring safety, security, things are good for her. And you're like,
yep.
"You're my lady, and I'm blessed to have that,
Absolutely.
and I'll never leave." You know, she's like, that makes me feel good. Warm and fuzzies. But for dudes, if I did the same thing with my guys, this gets weird quickly. If I was like, I'll take, I don't know, let's take Chris Miller's on here with Truth Bombs. He's like, if I was like, "Chris, man, you just overcame a really huge obstacle. You're going through a tough thing right now. I'm crazy, crazy proud of you. I'll never leave you, man. I'll never leave you. I'll always be there for you. You're one of the best guys I've ever known. And I'm just, like, I'm so happy that you and I are, like, you know, we're going through this journey, man." Next thing you know, we're sharing a bowl of chicken.
And I'm like, who am I married to? I'm just kidding.
It gets weird.
It does get weird. It gets weird for me as the significant other. Like, hold up.
Guys don't talk like that.
Weird.
Yet I've seen women try to appreciate guys the way they want to be appreciated. And so if you're trying to reassure your guy as appreciation, it's the same thing. We don't know what that is. We don't get to live in this world of safety security. You have safety security because we don't. How's that for a truth bomb? The reason you value safety security is because we have to be unsafe to make sure you get it. If something goes wrong, like you want equality until shit goes down, and then we want gender roles back so you go fight the bad guys. Like, no. It's all fun and games until shit goes down. And this has happened in multiple different things. And so when it comes to safety security, we don't operate in that world. We operate with encouragement. Build your guy up. That's my man. You're so strong. I believe in you. My man's the best. He's going to kick ass. Go fight, win.
Yep.
That's why we like cheerleaders. And when do they cheer? It's not when you win. It's when you're down points. It's in the middle of the game. It's whenever things are going tough. You got to fight. Get the first down. You like to cheer your guys on. That's what it is. And a lot of women, they get complacent and they don't do any cheering anymore and wonder why he just isn't putting in the effort anymore for chivalry or date night or any of that. And you're like, well, do you still cheer him on? He chose you because you were the best cheerleader, and then you quit your job and wonder why he's not doing his. Interesting, right? So just putting that stuff out there, we like our appreciation different than you do. And guys, you may not have known that about your girl. If you're like, good job, she's like, thanks. Give her the reassurance aspect of like, damn, I got the best girl, don't I? Damn, I got a good one. Baby, you're the best. How did I get so lucky to be with someone like you? Look, she's already smirking.
Yeah,
She's like, I like it.
He says things like that, and I love it. I love it every time. It never gets old.
And so we like it differently.
Yeah.
We like just so you know, appreciation is different. And so that's you guys got to see. Thank you, Chris Miller, for being my guinea pig on that one. Let's see. Danny, I said, do you love me 10 times a day? I don't know which way you mean by that. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know which way. Because do I love you 10 times a day? I do.
Yeah.
But do I say it weird like I don't know if I say it weird.
I don't want you saying that 10 times a day.
Yeah, if I was like,
I love you.
Hey, I love you.
It's weird.
I love you.
No.
I love you.
Hey, how about now?
How about now? Do I love you? I do.
You still love me? You still love me? Yeah. Yeah, the reassurance.
Knock, knock. Who's there? I love you.
Yeah.
Don't forget. Yeah, it gets old. That gets a little disingenuous pretty quickly.
Phil wants to know if he can feed you chicken. No.
Oh Lord. Philip.
Philip, no.
Leave it to Phil. Make it weird.
Yeah. No. Not once. No.
So
There was a question.
yeah, you said it was a statement
Oh,
that
the
you wanted to get into. Where was it? It was my wife. I wish my wife cared. That was a survey that we did with our guys, actually. And Danielle, this would be a cool one for you. We actually did a survey. Some of the guys are actually in here right now. We did the survey, and it's actually kind of funny. I won't even spill the beans on how it went with some of the guys with this one, but there was at least 100 guys. I had pages filled of me asking like the guys 3 questions. I had 3 questions to ask them. First question: do you feel like your feelings, not well-being, your feelings, how you feel is important? The guy said yes. Do you feel like your wife or fiance or girlfriend, do you feel like she cares about your feelings? Not your well-being, ladies. Don't try and change the topic. Feelings. How are your feelings today? They said no. She does not. And ironically, there's only a couple guys that said yes, and each of those guys are no longer with those girls, which is ironic because it wasn't true. And then third, do you wish that she did care about your feelings? And all the guys said yes. This was the universal answer. Yes, my feelings are important. No, they don't feel important to her. Yes, I wish they were.
Do you think it's care in general, or is care situational?
I think the word care is open, like love. Like it's too big. What does care mean? Does care mean petting somebody's head? Does care mean feeding them?
Right.
Does care
Yeah.
mean keeping them warm? Does care mean paying a bill? Does care mean
Right.
like giving them a ride?
Yeah.
Like care is too big. So no, I don't think caring is the same word. But when it comes down to empathy or no empathy, empathy is I actually care about your feelings. I want to know what are you feeling right now, and then I can relate with the feeling that you have. This is different than like, hey, did you get sandwich today? Or hey, did this is taken care of, or we folded laundry, or that bill was paid, or this thing is taken care of. These are different. Those are well-being. Now, there's a training that we did that was more about not having expectations that others need to be something that they're not, and this gives you a little bit more of you can have empathy without expecting empathy back, and we go through different armor types and stuff like that for our guys. That's an advanced conversation, advanced call. But like it's a tough thing, and this is I don't think it's because I'm not calling women cruel. I'm not saying you guys are evil and you guys are abusive, or no labels, no judgments. I believe there's a safety protocol. I believe there's a hypergamy reason for it. I believe there's a I need to feel like I'm safe and secure aspect to it. But when it comes to empathy, women have way more empathy for babies, for sure. No, not even close. They can hear a baby make a noise and know what that noise means. Guys don't have that system. So, do women have more empathy for babies?
For sure, because they can't take care of themselves.
100%. Not even an argument. It's not even a close race. Can women have empathy for kids? Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, some more than others, but sure. And guys, as the kid gets older, develops more empathy as the kid gets older for the children. Guys are able to have empathy for their women, which means we'll hear you vent, we'll hear you go through it, and we want to help. We want to help you. We want to ease your pain, and we see you suffering, and we want to ease your suffering. We will give whatever we have to give to do so. How can I serve? How can I do this? I want to be able to help you, babe. I can feel your feelings. But our women, for some reason, don't ask men about their feelings. What are you going to do to fix it? How long is that going to take? What's in the way of it getting done? How come you're not fixing that now? I don't care how long your day was. I want this done. And we're going, wow, like, where's the feelings? So this is where it gets into the aspect of, I want my man to be our rock. And I've heard guys go, I feel like I have to be the rock for the family. I have to be the foundation. I have to be the strong point for everybody. I have to be the rock. Yeah, you're right. Women don't want vulnerable men, but they think they do. They don't. I want him to be my rock. Question: what feelings do rocks have? Don't worry, I'll wait. Rocks don't have feelings. And so the idea is that we have to always be stoic. Yet, they want to be able to vent and unload all of their emotions on us, and we should be empathetic and receptive and caring and compassionate. And we have no reactions, no matter how cruel or crazy that it is. We don't react. We are rocks. But we can take on all of their information for validation's sake. Yet we can't do the same because they don't want that information. Yet there should be no room for resentment. Can you see some of the conundrum that a lot of the relationships are running into? I'm not saying that women can't, but I believe there's a higher level of evolution that needs to happen before that changes. And I train my guys. I don't know if it's necessarily necessary, but we have to look at where do we get those things. And so it's a little bit of an intense conversation if you were to ask your guy, does he believe you actually care about his feelings? And don't be angry at him, which would be so ironic that you would have a feeling overload if he says no. That would show how much you actually don't care about his feelings. If he goes, no, I don't think you do care about my feelings, and you're like, oh, yeah? And then you start yelling at him and screaming and you pick a fight, that shows how much you truly care. The irony there, you guys see it? If you really cared, you go, baby, what are you feeling? And you'd be able to be empathetic and listening and concerned. Like, dang, my guy's really going through some shit. Instead of, so what are you going to do to fix it? This is not a slight against my women, please, by the way. It's not meant to be. It's just understanding that there's a reason for this and that guys don't expect something and vice versa. I think just for you ladies to think us guys are good at venting, we're not. We're fixers. We just want to fix the whole stack. I want to fix all your problems immediately. And you're saying, I don't want you to fix them. But we want to fix them. And so it's hard for us to listen to a vent and just go, that must be hard. When we want to fix it. Like, I can fix that. You know that, right? And that problem that you have, it doesn't become a problem when this is working and I can make that work. Would you like that working? I can do that. I'm just going to get started on that. You're like, you're not listening to me. And I'm like, I did because the broken thing is about to get fixed. We're running into this really interesting, not
It's
really
relatable for
listening
me.
thing.
I'm naturally a fixer.
You are a fixer. It's true.
It's tough.
What was the list that you thought men needed from women? Danielle, I didn't see it.
Danielle, are you in the group, the women's group?
I don't think she is. No. I don't know her. Oh, she's got enough people. Listen, what happens? She's
Well,
always
ask
on
her
with us.
first.
I'm just going to hit buttons and see what happens.
Oh, she sent it in a video.
I haven't seen anything. I would like to, though.
Yeah, we'll look and see.
I don't know if that worked, but I just hit buttons. I don't know if that works. Danielle.
Joshua said, happened tonight. I should have just listened.
It's crazy. Actually, it's probably real talk. If I had to say the biggest problems in relationships is listening.
Uh-huh.
Like,
That's so true.
Both sides. This isn't
Yes. No,
like
it's
just
across
men or
the
just
board.
women. It's like people
Yeah.
aren't really, they're
Men
waiting
mostly,
to talk.
but across the board, yeah.
You're so
I'm just
silly.
kidding.
You DM'd in this
Oh,
account?
we'll look at it
We'll
and
check
see.
it out.
Yeah.
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 Danielle, if you can jump on, you can jump in with us. You got enough followers. Let's have a conversation. Throw some, you interact with us enough, it'd be cool. You don't have to, but it'd be fun if you wanted to.
Hey, Amy. Good to see you. Hey, Amy, I want to know. I meant to send you a text message, but your guy, I think Rick said that you're still talking to him. Have you had him?
Oh, baby, we have some catching up to do.
Oh.
No, that's good. It's all good things. It's good things.
But did you have him take the Enneagram test?
She did.
Why didn't you share this? I just asked you about it.
Well, I tried, but you weren't listening. Remember?
He's like, I'm behind the scenes, girl. Oh, sweet Lord, Amy said. What was his number? You know what it was?
No, we didn't get too far into it. She was just happy when she did it. But
we know what number you didn't want it to be.
yeah, Amy was going through a lot of stuff, though.
Okay. Well, we'll catch up. So. Oh, hey.
Oh, there he is. Joshua,
Yeah.
we're recording
Do it.
the podcast
Yeah.
and we're recording
So,
live. We just got a special guest, Joshua.
Podcast.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Here he is. So this kid right here we were just talking about this the other night. This is my nephew, Joshua. He graduates, he's a loud talker, but he graduates from high school this month. But let's do a little praise for Joshua. Not only is he the quarterback for his football team, but he also plays defense. But he also is the homecoming king. He also is a valedictorian. I'm not kidding.
He's also like the best player on their basketball team.
Yes.
He's, center and like what would you call it? Captain? Are you captain of the team?
1,000-point score.
1,000 points.
yeah.
1,000 points is a season, right?
Yeah.
1,000 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's cool.
Thank you for the clap.
And now he's got his own channel.
He does, but they shut him down.
They
so
shut
he
you
was
down?
doing baseball cards and things like
don't
that. So
donate GoPro.
he actually has the sweetest girlfriend.
Look at these
They've been together since
Almost
freshman
4
year.
years, 4 more months, 4 years.
4 years? Yeah.
Almost 4 years.
Very sweet kid. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Good
it.
dude. So humble. Eats
Hysterical.
all of our food.
I'm about to go get their French toast.
Yes, you are. You're going to go eat those French toast
Keep
sticks.
supporting.
Yeah.
Keep supporting them. They do good work for the community.
You can see our place is open for everybody.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Joshua.
Yeah.
You're all invited.
Yeah, we'll see all of you soon. The doors are.
I'll type in our address. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Josh
was
is
like, go eat, Josh.
Now he's just-
I'll feed him.
gonna go raid our kitchen now.
Yeah. Oh my
That's
gosh.
very funny. Well, all right. Special guest Joshua Burkett. All right. What was his tag? Brother Briggs or something?
Brother Breaks.
Brother Breaks.
Yeah. TikTok shut him down though because he was, I don't know.
Too awesome.
Yeah.
Little too awesome.
Wait, is he dating in with the girls?
No, he's got his own, he's got his own girlfriend from high school.
Yeah,
Church.
she's very sweet.
Yeah, they're a good team. They're a
Yeah.
good couple.
Yeah.
But I'm a little sad. I'm gonna have to go through some sadness right now.
Why?
Race to acceptance. Because I was dreaming about those French toast sticks that are about to get murdered right now. Gonna have to have a funeral in my own heart for the French toast sticks that are getting nuked.
Yeah, Josh says his youngest will be a senior next year. He's dating a senior, not sure how that will work out. You know, I'll be honest with you. I had a conversation with him not too long ago because I worried. I'm like, they've been together since they were freshmen. Like, how often does that really last? And I was like, well, what's going to happen if, you guys go to college and you go away and she stays? And he's like, I don't know. We'll see. Now they're both staying local, but I don't say this lightly, but I wouldn't be surprised if these two end up together forever. Like, and I'm not naive to it, but these two are different.
I don't know, man. Sometimes, hey, listen, they can be younger and date a senior. It works out. I mean, look at Willie.
Yeah. Senior citizen or senior,
It's all,
it can go
listen,
either
them
way. Willie's not even
discounts.
on anymore. Oh my gosh. Poor Willie. Oh my gosh.
So funny. All right. Well, yeah, Chris, on the recording, it's going to be there. You'll see it. So I'm good. I feel good. Just know that we've actually been doing some really powerful things. It's not all just goofing around. We actually do go into battles. We do a lot of transformational work, not just informational work, but we do have information that's up for sale right now. If you go onto our website, it's low ticket offer. I'll be doing a live training for people for only the first 100 people. This is worth a few $1,000s, and it's only like $250. And so, like, we're giving the first 100 people a chance to learn how to beat anxiety. We're putting that out there, and we're going to be helping a lot of people. We're already getting a lot of testimonials, and you can hear some of them. We just loaded up on our TikTok, or not our TikTok, our YouTube channel today. And check out the new Spotify, the podcast that we're doing right now, The Battlefield of the Mind. There's a lot of different versions on there. Coaches call, people who are other podcasters, TED talkers. We have guest speakers. We do our coaching calls. We have live one-on-one calls. We have live TikTok Q&As like this. We have a lot of different content on there, and we have a lot of variety, and it makes it so you can have different information in different aspects. And so it's very, very cool, and our way of trying to help as many people as we can with as much content as possible to give them
Absolutely.
answers and solutions. But if you need some training and you want to practice and you want to come and join us at the Warriors Way, book a call. It is free. Let's have a conversation and see if what we do is what you want, and we will help you get it. Some of you I look forward to talking to soon, like Joshua. I look forward to talking to you soon. Otherwise, be excellent to each other.
Yes.
Have a great night.
Have a good night.
And we shall see you guys soon. Have a good night, guys.